Hi there, this is Sol Sharon from Sol Sharon Films, and welcome to another Director Series announcement. As I have recently just finished my Aki Kaurismäki series, I'm going to start another Director season. Also, I'm still going on with my Jodorowsky. I've only done 2 parts so far, but I will continue to do that. You just need to be in the right mood for Jodorowsky so your head doesn't explode when you're trying to talk about the film. But as I previously have done a Kurosawa season before Rashomon, which was a 10-part series looking at his early films before the breakthrough of Rashomon in 1950, I'm going to do a Kurosawa season again, but this is going to be Kurosawa after Mifune. So this is 1970 to 1993. This is the period of Kurosawa's career where he faced failure for really, or large failure for the first time, a suicide attempt, being bashed by the people who used to look up to him for being part of the authority and being a dinosaur, to going to Russia to make films, to being helped by the movie brats to make films, a couple of late career masterworks when he was in his 80s, and then quieter, more introspective films before he stopped making films after 1993. So it's an interesting part of his career, to me at least. It might not be to anybody else. It's a part of his career that kind of gets overlooked, very much like his early first 10 films, which even he himself said he didn't really get his identity until maybe about film number 7. Kurosawa's funny, he's my favourite filmmaker, but over the past 10, 15 years, you do get the feeling that Kurosawa's almost been taken for granted now, and people have moved on to Kobayashi and other people. And don't get me wrong, Kobayashi is amazing, and it's almost like Kurosawa's been overlooked and forgotten about how amazing his films actually are. I think because very much like Bergman's Seven Seal, things like Seven Samurai just get put on top 100 lists and people just go, oh yeah, put Seven Samurai on it, put Yojimbo on it, put Throne of Blood on it, and people kind of forget how great those films actually are. There's an element, I think, Kurosawa's almost a bit like Black Sabbath, as far as being a gateway, being an influence to the future of hard rock and metal in the case of Black Sabbath. Personally, I'm not a huge Black Sabbath fan, but I kind of get their importance, and I think some people look at Kurosawa that way. Certainly influential in as far as the West's gateway into Japanese cinema, but then kind of overlooked. Again, I'm not going to discuss The Song of the Horse, which is a TV film, which I've never seen. I'm not going to discuss Tora Tora Tora, which was the Japanese-American co-production that he got fired from. Some of the footage that he shot is still in the film, but it's kind of uncredited and nobody really knows what he shot and what he didn't shoot. There's books and videos and documentaries made about Tora Tora Tora, and so I'm not going to get into that. So it is going to be 7 films from 1970, starting with Der Deske Den, up until 1993 with his final film, Madadayo. So I hope you're going to join me while we go on this second Kurosawa director series. As you've noticed, I'm trying to do slightly shorter director series after I learned with Chabrol and Saijit Ray. Perhaps not to do 20 odd parts, but there you go. We'll see what happens. And once I do the Jodorowsky, there's another director series I'm going to do that's definitely in my mind. So again, hopefully you'll join me for this second Kurosawa season. I'm not really going to do a third one with all the films in the middle that he's famous for, because everybody has seen them and everybody knows about them. I just think the early and the late periods are still interesting and worth talking about. Again, at least for me. You might disagree, but never mind. So thanks very much for watching this director series announcement, and hopefully you'll join me for Kurosawa after Mifune, who of course is Toshiro Mifune, who they had a big falling out after Red Beard, and that's why they didn't work again. Just in case you didn't know who Mifune was, for some bizarre reason. Cheerio!